YouTube, what is going on? Hope everyone's having a banger of a day, banger of a week. Just to start things off, I just want to quickly say sorry that I haven't been posting the last couple of weeks. I've been grinding Vanguard really hard. I've been trying to level up these weapons, trying to do some of these camo challenges, getting ready for the Warzone Vanguard integration. That being said, that brings us into the point of the video today. Just wanted to put a few ideas together on what I think is going to be the meta in Vanguard and what guns I think should be leveled up for when the Warzone Vanguard integration does happen in a week's time. That being said, let's jump into the first class setup. To start things off, we're going to start with SMGs. So, probably one of my favourite SMGs at the moment is the Ppsh. Extremely high fire rate, and with this build, the recoil is pretty easy to control, hits like a truck. It is a very, very reliable gun in my opinion. I definitely think it is pretty well meta in Vanguard at the moment. Not many people use it though, but it probably is definitely up there in my personal opinion, and it's something that should be leveled up for the Warzone Vanguard integration. This is the class setup I'm using in Vanguard at the moment. Starting off with the muzzle, I have the strife compensator. The barrel is a Zach 300mm. The optic, you can either run the Mark III or you can go the Slate Reflector. That's up to personal preference. For the stock, I'm using the Ppsh Custom, the underbarrel, the Smile pistol grip. Then I have the Russian short 35 round magazine. I have the hollow point, just gives you a bit of extra limb damage. So it makes it really good for SMGs in my opinion, and works on assault rifles too. I have the stippled rear grip. I have the fleet proficiency and the kit, which is quick. Moving on to the second one, we have the MP40. This thing, when you think of World War II, you think of the MP40. This is my setup for it. I'm rocking the recoil booster. I'm not even going to pronounce that. 317mm 04B barrel. Have the optic. It's with the larger iron sight. I really like the larger iron sight. In my opinion, it's really clean, easy to see, plenty of vision. So that's what I'm rocking on this. We have the folded 33mm folded stock. We have the Smile pistol grip, the SMLE pistol grip, the 8mm Kurtz 32 round mags, hollow point again. We got the fabric rear grip. Proficiency is momentum and the kit is quick. This is a very nice class setup. It feels really good to run around with. Very nice ADS, good movement speed, and the recoil is virtually not there. And yeah, everyone knows what the MP40 is like. It hits hard. It's a very good gun. There's another one I think should be will be used in Warzone when the integration does happen. Moving on to the next SMG, we have the Type 100. This gun did recently cop a nerf, and rightfully so, but still hits like a truck. All that really changed was you did have the vital proficiency, but that no longer works with the Russian 30 round mags. But without it, you're still 2 and 3 shotting people. This gun is literally insane. It's my class setup for it. I have the strife compensator, the Sakura 196mm light barrel, the Slate Reflector, again, sight, that's the optic, that's personal preference. There's lots of optics here to choose from, but in my opinion the Slate and the Mark III, I believe, are the cleanest. For the stock, we have the, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, it's the skeletal. Moving on to proficiency, we have the fleet, the kit is quick again. We've got the stippled rear grip tape, Russian short 30 round mags, and then we have the hollow point again for the SMGs. Moving on to the ARs, we have the AS44. This is probably one of my favourite ARs. Jumping between this and AS44 and the Automaton. The AS44 is probably my favourite, but they're both up there. So for my setup for this, I'm running the F8 stabilizer, the 615mm barrel, the Slate Reflector. This is the first barrel, by the way. Slate Reflector, got the Zach 12A stock, got the M1941 hand stock, got the 30 round mags, the larger caliber ones. I'm running lengthened on this, but you don't really need it. You can put on hollow point, especially if you're running it at a bit more closer range. That just gives you that extra limb damage, and it is pretty off tap when you have the hollow point on. But currently I am running the lengthen to add better bullet velocity. The stippled rear grip tape, proficiency, steady, and kit on hand, but those are personal preference, same as your optic, it's all personal preference. Jumping into the Automaton. This is a very, very good gun. It has a very high fire rate and virtually no recoil. A lot of people using it in pubs at the moment and tourneys when they're not using a SMG. For the muzzle, we're running the F8 stabilizer, the barrel, the anesthesia sniper. We've got the optic slate reflector, as I'm going to say again, that's all personal preference. Stock, we have the Zach skeletal, underbarrel, the M1941 hand stop. Magazine, we have the 50 round, 8mm, so these are the larger caliber, the damage mags. We have the stippled grip. I have lengthened on this currently, but I do put hollow point on as well when it's a bit closer range map, when it's just a bit too long distance for an SMG, but it's still pretty close range, so I will use hollow point in those kind of maps. And then I obviously do use lengthen for the extra bullet velocity. Running into the rear grip, we have the triple grip tape, proficiency, sleight of hand, and kits on hand. They're personal preference again. Whatever you feel like suits you more, you choose those ones. Moving on to the next AR, which I don't see too many people running, is the Valk. In my personal preference, this is going to be a very good sniper support gun, especially in Warzone. In Vanguard, it is very good at close to medium ranges, even long ranges. This is a very, very nice gun. For my build on this, I am rocking the F8 stabilizer, the 428mm barrel. This is the first one there. The optic, I have the Mark III, or you can go the Slate Reflector. That's personal preference. For the stock, I have the SA converted. Underbarrel is the M1941 hand stop. We have the Russian 45 round drums. Along with the ammo type lengthen, again you can put hollow point on, which does increase that limb damage, which is obviously very handy at close quarters, especially if you're hitting like arms and chest and whatnot. For the rear grip, we have the fabric, grip tape, proficiency, fleet, and kit fully loaded. Again, personal preferences on what you prefer. So they're probably the three main ARs. The other one that is very, very good is the bar. I'm not sure how that will go in Warzone, but in Vanguard it is very, very good, and it's definitely worth something to level up. It did recently cop a bit of a nerf, but it's still two shots, people. The gun is literally cracked. Moving on, we're going to the sniper. So for the sniper, I rock the Kar 98. It took me a bit of a while to get used to it, like a couple of days really, to get used to sniping here. Just a flinch was absolutely crazy. But once I get used to it, it's so satisfying to be sniping again. And for my Kar 98 setup, I'm using the muzzle L brake. The barrel is the third one down here, the 560mm one. No optic, we're using a short stock, the SMLE pistol grip. We're not rocking any mags in it, we've got FMJ rounds. The rear grip is polymer, because it just adds a bit of extra flinch resistance, and in my opinion this is what helped me, but it's all personal preference. Proficiency, quick scope, and the kit is deep breath. Moving on to the next one, I think will be another good gun to level up for Warzone, is the MG42. This thing is pretty cracked in Vanguard as well, but for Warzone I think this is going to be pretty good gun to use and level up. For the setup I'm using the F8 stabilizer, the VDD 890mm barrel, the Slate Reflector. Slate Reflector is personal preference, pick whatever optic you prefer. For the stock, I'm running the VDD skeletal, underbarrel, the Carver foregrip. The magazine, I'm using the 125 round anti-material mags. Using the fabric rear grip, proficiency, steady, and kit is on hand. This gun hits like a truck. It's got pretty good mobility. There's a lot of like little bits and pieces you can change. Obviously, personal preference, optic, proficiency, your kit. But this class setup has worked for me really, really nicely. I really like it. Another SMG that I think would be worth leveling up is the Tommy gun, or the M1928, as it's called in game. This is the class setup I've been running with. This thing is absolutely insane as well. I've been having a lot of fun with it. For my class setup, I'm rocking the muzzle, the recoil booster. That just gives us an extra fire speed, or fire rate, my bad. The barrel, the CGC 12-inch cooling. The optic, again, personal preference. I've got the Slate Reflector on this. The stock, the Ragdoll T2 support. The underbarrel, the SMLE pistol grip. The magazine, I've got the 8mm 50 rounder drum. You can go the 100 round, it'll probably be good for Warzone, but for multi, the 50 is plenty. For the ammo type, I'm rocking hollow point for the SMGs, bit closer range, bit closer, bit more limb damage. For the rear grip, I'm running strippled, efficiency, steady, and kit quick. This is all subject to change. You can put it on whatever you want. Let's just put on fleet, probably a bit better, so I'm going to rock fleet on this. But it's all personal preference, same as your optic, as I keep saying. Just can't stress that enough. That is all personal preference. For the next one, Goose Body, which I'm not sure how it'll go on Warzone. I think it'll be good in Warzone for solos. But we'll see what happens, because I might change bits and pieces up, like there's no suppressors on them, and whatnot. But this is my kit. This is this combat shotgun is overpowered. I dropped 220 kills on shipment the first day it came out with this gun. Is when I was trying to level it up. It was absolutely insane. So for the muzzle, I'm rocking the 16 brake. I'm rocking the Framble number 3. We've got the Slate Reflector, personal preference. We've got the CGC 3M adjustable. For the stock, for the underbarrel, the SMLE pistol grip. We've got the 10 round drums for the mags. We've got Buck and Slug. This thing is what changes the gun completely. It gives it perfect for close range and cross map shots. Like the Buck and Slug combo for the Vital, this thing is off tap. You really do need to try it. For the rear grip, we're rocking the fabric grip, and the kit is quick and obviously proficiency for the Vital, which gives it the actual critical hit area on enemies. This gun is absolutely insane. Just quickly, one more LMG that I think should be leveled up for Warzone would be the DP27. This is when I was using this LMG here. It was a very nice LMG. It hit like a truck. I think it would be another one to have in your arsenal to use for Warzone. But in my preference, these are the classes that I think should be leveled up for Warzone first. You got your AS44, the Automaton, with the Kar98, the Valk, the Ppsh, the Type 100, the MP40, we've got the MG42, the Tommy gun, as well as the M1928, and then as well as the AS44. So I think these probably my go-to at the time being. And these are some guns that I definitely think should be leveled up, ready for the Warzone integration, and possibly next meta in Vanguard. Big thank you for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you found the information useful. Hope you found something new, bit of an eye-opener for guns to level up or kits to use. I will be trying to get a couple more videos out before the Warzone integration happens in a week. We will see how we go, because I know when the Warzone integration happens, we're going to be a big week. We're going to be grinding. We are live over on Twitch. Link will be in the description below. Drop a comment down below what your favourite guns are in Vanguard at the moment, whether you're enjoying the game, whether you're keen for this new Warzone integration, the new map, Caldera, I believe it's called. From what I've seen, it looks really nice, and I'm very, very excited. I'm going to be grinding it really hard once it does come out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found that information useful. Catch you in the next one. Much love, baby. Peace.